Hi everyone, this is Chris from Leaks Lost Hope, and today we're gonna be doing another creator tool guide. Considering last one got like a fuck ton of attention, so considering this content is pretty well received, I'll try to make another one. This time a little bit more advanced guide on how to use the creator tool, because there's a lot of stuff I didn't really mention, or I like briefly mentioned, and I kind of want to go a bit deeper. So this is like kind of the advanced guide. You can check out my first part. I think it'll be a little bit less well edited, and I think I think it's a little bit worse, that one, but we'll see. Maybe this one is gonna be horrible, but we'll see. Okay, so first things first, we're again in game. This is how everything looks from the start. You'll open up your creator tool, and you'll start to do some shit. Here we go. First, I like to lower the speed. That way, everything's a little bit slower. You can later, in your editing program, you can always just make it go faster. You're gonna do the typical things. Take away the stuff you don't need. Something that you can do with, which I didn't show last video, is you can take away single thing here, except the UI, the announcer text. And that way you can see this kind of stuff, which might be handy if you're like trying to make a pentakill montage. You can still go into FPS tool and see this kind of stuff. You see the Lee Sin head here. So yeah, that's the second thing we're gonna go do. We're gonna go into FPS tool. We're gonna make everything look pretty again. This is basically the same as in the last video, but I kind of just want to go reiterate the process. First of all, we're gonna start like over here. I'll put the depth of field on. I'll make it be like over here. Okay, so once you've got like everything looking pretty and stuff, we're gonna like start with keyframes. With the previous video, you'll probably know that the keyframes are in settings, and hotkeys, and then keyframes. With this, you can set up a specific keyframes. It saves the current status of your settings essentially. So if, for example, you want to save the current position, you gotta go to keyframe camera position and camera rotation, or just position, but I usually like to combine both. That way it's easier for me to remind. And then you hit the assigned key on your keyboard. You're gonna, the more complex things you wanna do, the more you're gonna need of these. If you're more of a beginner, you can always just start with the basic movement keyframes. But this is more advanced, so we're gonna add some other ones. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the keyframes for the field of view. Here we go, which is a tool I didn't used to use that much, but it really helps in creating unique looking cinematics. There we go. I'm gonna move the camera a bit. You always want to be moving. And here we're gonna change the camera again. This kind of looks bad, so I'm just gonna go a little bit up. I want to keep track of what's happening. Here. And you can do this however you like. Like as you can make it look however you like. What I also want to do is something I didn't really touch before, and that is the fogs. I didn't used to use the fog a lot either, so now we're gonna just use it a bit. But the fog can always be used to make things look very interesting. Like if you want to make it like look a little bit more grim, more dark, or just like unique like this. Ooh, holy shit, this looks hella fucking gay. I love it. Something, I don't know what to go with. The way it works, I have no idea. Which is very good when you're making a guide on explaining how things ought be. But you can play around with these numbers. I know like the lower this gets, so the lower it gets in the minus, the higher the fog intensity appears to get. And with this the same, like the higher it gets, the better. So I think I want it like a little bit lower, so I'll go to 35, something like that. I don't want it to be very big, but I just want make it a little prettier, you know. Now we turn on this one. I just kind of want to get a feel of how it's looking. I almost never use the black one. There we go. You can get like some very interesting color combinations with this, and it helps a lot to like make your stuff look distinguished. I'm gonna lower the intensity though. That way, because if you do not lower the intensity, the background will look very bad. And talking of background, let's change that. Let's color green. Cloudy night. I like cloudy night, but this looks a little bit bad. So what we can do is we can lower the intensity a bit more. And just make it this kind of background thing. You can play around with these numbers. When I'm playing around with fog, what I also tend to do is just not focus on the sky. Because you have this annoying fog here. This is only with the height fog. So if I turn off the height fog, you'll see it looks more normal. But I want height fog in this cinematic, so I'll just do it like this. With this is like the far, like how far away it is. So I want it to be like closer. I'll just put it around here. And with this, I'll make it also a bit closer. That way the intensity is also closer. I think like 600 should be fine. There you go. I'll change up the color a little bit, because this is a little bit of an odd color. Just play around with the colors a bit. Ooh. Want it to be distinguished, but not too distinguished. There we go. Something like that. Here we go. See how it already gives off very different vibes once it's like this. Now, what you can do is you can also change the fog. So if you want to have the fog come out more or less, or you want it to disappear, which I'm gonna show just for intents and purposes. What you can do is you just add a keyframe. So say I want to start off with this frog. Let's go. Brain. I want to start off with this fog. I cannot speak at all. So I just put it like this. And then I can change it up a bit here. I've noticed that with the color, a lot of times it doesn't really work. It like does work, but it's like very weird in the way it functions. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. It's a little bit unreliable, the color, but you can technically use the color as well. Let's just say we want the fog to come closer. Here we go. Like no reason whatsoever, but we just want it like that way. So what we do is like this, and then we add the keyframes here. You get a boom, boom, boom. And automatically changes this one as well, but I'll just boom. There you have this, and then it should look a little bit like whoa. Except we want let's say we want this to be like this. You can like play around with the way it works. See how the fog increases quickly? That's something you can just do like that. You can also make it go back further if you want to. You can just like change the distance any way you want, depending on what you want or need. I'll show like a better example I made. Or I can show the Renata one actually. The Renata one worked out pretty well. Of course we don't ever want to have still panels. Almost never. Whenever you can't modify it, just click on the little square and you'll be able to modify it again. So there we go, here we go. Go like this. We want the camera to be moving this way to capture the action. Let's just put it here, and let's just to make things interesting. And let's just go like this because we want, for some reason, we want the cassette to be always on this side of the wall. Let's add some other stuff here. I want the camera to be doing more crazy stuff. By the way, pro tip, you can always, the near clip is usually not really necessary, so you can always just take that one out. And let's just make the field of view zoom in a bit more. Here we go. We can go. Shift 1. Wait until it's zoomed out a bit. Now I want this field of view to be a bit clear again. Here we go, and then we'll have like this, with it looking a little bit like this. See how the camera's way more dynamic than normal. There we go. And we'll just have it there, just because we want to show it off a bit, what we can do here. Of course, this play, I just took the most random play I could find. Of me killing this poor fist. This fist was kind of bad. What else can we do to make stuff look prettier? Of course, I forgot about the shadows. Let's just think where the light would be coming from the scene. So what we can do then is make the offset of the shadow a little bit like this. And maybe like turn it like this. The shadows make a great impact on the way your scene looks. I don't like the little zoom in there, but I can't be bothered to change it right now. Okay, and these are just some things that you can do to make everything look cool. Now I'm gonna show some other stuff, some other tips and tricks you can do, basically. So yeah, I'll just reset everything and be right back, I guess. Okay, I kinda lied. We're back. I didn't reset everything. I just resetted some basic things. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. I basically reset the health bars, the camera mode, and I took away the fog. What I want to do is show something you can do as well. If you don't feel like moving the camera around, doing all that kind of stuff, and you just want to have like a prettier League cinematic thing, what you can just do is have everything the same way and just not turn on the FPS tool. You can still use most things the same way, so camera direction and position. You just leave it like this. You can just zoom stuff in. What you can also do is to like kind of enhance it. Is move the oops. My neighbor was just looking weirdly at me. Yes, bro, I paint my nails. Now get the fuck out, please. I'm trying to make a video, friend. Okay. I should maybe close my window. Maybe that's a better option. And I've completely forgot what the fuck we were doing. Here we go. We go here, and I want the camera to follow them. Like this. Follow them a bit. Here I don't like where it's standing, so what I'm gonna do is go here, here, the camera, zoom it in a bit. Sometimes it bugs out and you just have to zoom in and out. Go. Now we're gonna go follow him. And an advantage that we have here is we can still make it look kind of similar to the original game. With the only difference then being that we kind of gotta zoom things out a little bit, not too much. Because once we start zooming things out too much, things will start to look like they're made in creative tool. But so basically, now it's on directed camera, so I'm just gonna go FPS here. What I want to do is just slightly zoom it out. Here we go. See how it's like barely still recognizable within within like the confounds of the normal game. So just put it like this. Okay, I'll just leave it play for this, like this. There we go. And now it's like a proper League cinematic, or proper League gameplay, essentially, but just a little bit more enhanced. You can also do it with the fog, of course. You can add the fog here. Here we go. In case we want to just add fog to this stuff. Slight fog here, or let's increase the fog here. And just have it play the same way. So you can just... This looks ugly as shit. Wait, I love it. Yeah, you can just essentially play around with this. I'm just showing off the tools so you can have... Boom, there shoots that. If you want to make like outplays and make it very clear like how the HP is, if you just want to make very clear like what is happening, I recommend you try to edit it like this, because this way the viewer isn't confused by what is happening, right? Because like they are used to these angles, they're used to this map, they're used to everything. The only thing is that you made everything look like different, which is like very eye-catchy, and helps you make stuff look prettier. I can't talk at all, but yeah. Now we'll go to something else I want to show. Something which you can do is the playback speed. You can like lower it with a creator tool as low as you want. The only problem is that you have to use this button. Oh fuck. This way it might like bring a lot of bugs. Like the slower you go, the more bugs it will bring, of course, because the program isn't really meant to do this. But this is just basically to show you guys that you can you don't need to have the base speed. You can always just have the lower the speed in the playback speed here, and as long as you don't use P, you can have it like this. So that's essentially something you know now. And then this final thing I want to show is this little trick you can do. This is very good for starting off cinematics and stuff. If you wanna have like letters and stuff behind this tower, what we can do is we're just gonna take this tower apart from the rest. So I just made a quick little movement here. This is basic stuff. Camera moves from here to here to here. You see how it slowly moves. That's basically it. And here's the like fade away. Always put I like the fade away can be a little bit longer. Here we go. That way we can fade it here in the program, like around here ish. That's why I always do that. It's just explaining it quickly. Oh wait, the background. I don't like this background. Let's just change it for a bit. Full moon. Here we go, or something. First, what I'm gonna do is make the far clip. I'm gonna make it higher. Remember when I said that we're not gonna use the far clip? Well, we actually are. I was lying to you guys. The near clip, sorry, my bad. So used to using the far clip. Here we go. We just want this turret to go on. Here we go, something like this. Then we're gonna play it. There we go. Don't mind the part under here. That's essentially not gonna show anyways. Here we go, we just record the entire segment. There. That's one. Now what we do here is we're gonna take it the same. We're gonna keep everything the same, except we're gonna change one little thing, and that is we make the far clip 10. Actually, no, let's make it 5 for no reason. And I'm dyslexic, that's 4. And then we're gonna make the far clip 1000. And then we're changing the background. Here we go. To a green screen. Here we go. And if there's a lot of green in the image, and here I think there might be a decent bit of green between the blues. So if there is a bit of green, what you can always do is just change it to another color. So like the black screen, red screen, or just any like screen that's like of a color that's not appearing in the screen, essentially, because we're gonna fade that color away. I tend to like the white and the black screen a lot, because even though there usually is a lot of white in images and black, there's not like a pure white, so you can always just fade it away better. But in this case, we're just gonna do it green screen. This might look, oh, this is gonna look bad. Wait, let me just, not blue screen, because that will look very bad with this. I'll just do black screen, whatever. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of a problem here, because I think there's like a little bit of an edge. So what we're gonna do is I put it at 1K. The other one was at 1. I put it at 3K, like this. That way there won't be like a spot in between here. That's really what we want to try to avoid. So let's just play like this again. And then what we're gonna do in the editor is we're gonna overlap them and just make the editing magic happen from there. That way we can add this here, and I'll just have to do this in the editor. Okay, and that's basically it. This is essentially all I wanted to show you guys, or basically all I know. If I find more stuff I can show you guys, I can always just make a video of it. But for now, this is essentially all I know. If you do have any questions though, you can always just ask them. I always answer all my comments, and if not, you can always enter our Discord. I have the link down below to our amazing Discord server. If you want to see other content of ours that has nothing to do with these kind of guides, you can always just subscribe, maybe for the good vibes or something, I don't know. And yeah, for now this is basically the video. Have a great day.